walked out of class today. Let me tell y'all what happened.
I like to think of like reports as kind of like a board game.
Okay, y'all. Today's struggle meal, I have popcorn. So I have some cinnamon, I have some sugar to snack on for now. Later on, I'm gonna actually go to the grocery store because y'all, this girl I used to go to school with, her name is Zizi. I posted my vlog promoting it on Snapchat, and she pulled up and she was like, "Girl, I got EBT. Like, you want to use some of my EBT?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like yes." So y'all, she sent me her card and stuff, her card information. So she basically like told me I could go to the store and see if they let me. She thinks they'll let me type in the card information. I hope so. I appreciate it so much. Like, yes. That way, I don't have to use the little bit of cash I got for babysitting on food. I love me some sweet popcorn. It's sweet and salty. Sweet and salty is a good combination. And she told me I could spend $40 off her EBT card. I'm gonna give me some snacks for school. I'm gonna give me some stuff to eat here while I'm here. And yeah. And I need to stop smoking. I need to stop smoking for real. Right. Now, for real now. Like, for real now. I already smoked today, I'm not gonna lie. But today need to be my last day smoking. For real. Okay, y'all, so I went to the Food Lion and they told me that I had to have the physical card and the ID in order to type the EBT number in, which I figured it wasn't gonna work. Good morning, y'all. So I just woke up. I did end up getting some groceries. I did end up getting some groceries yesterday, not with that girl EBT card because it wasn't working for me. I tried to go to the store and use it at Food Lion to see if I could type it in. The lady told me they cannot type in a food card number without the actual physical card and my ID to match the name on the card or something, even though I don't even think it's a name on the card. Anyway, then I tried to use it on Instacart and it came up with some type of error. I didn't even read the error. I just end up buying the Instacart order for me. So now I have a whole case of water, which is good. Now I can get my water back up. I have some blueberry Pop-Tarts that I'm saving to take to school with me because I'm always going to take a Pop-Tart and a bottle of water to class with me for a snack. I'm currently reading this book that I showed y'all in a previous vlog, which is called No Plan B. Kind of like this Detective Casey, they trying to solve a case type book. But I'm about to pause that book and start reading this book, y'all. Love After Midnight by Sister Souljah. Oh, I know this is gonna be good. Yes, I'm gonna read this one. I gotta pause this book and read this one. I just do, like, this is an urban fiction book, so you know this is gonna be a good book. Today is June 19th and it's Sunday. So I did wash my clothes today. I'm pretty sure I mentioned to y'all how I think I mentioned to y'all how I had to wash clothes. Well, my clothes got washed today. Yes. I have school tomorrow. I feel good because I have snacks for class. I have Pop-Tarts and water and bottled water I could take with me to class every day. Yes, clean clothes, snacks for class. I'm feeling good. I'm still reading this book. It's from the perspective of a celebrity too, y'all, because the main character, she's on a reality TV show. I arched my eyebrows, y'all. Ooh. It's just crazy how I went from feeling insecure about my eyebrows to falling in love with my eyebrows, y'all. Like, If you watch my previous videos, I got one video, it's titled, Are You Ugly or Do You Just Not Recognize Yourself? And I basically talked about, you know, my eyebrows and how I used to do my eyebrows and do my makeup and how I feel insecure without my makeup being done. But then I started doing exposure therapy, and now your girl just really fall in love with her natural self. You know, my natural self is just authentic, you know, it's just giving human, it's giving authentic, and I love it. I feel like it's like taking me to my roots, you know, my Jamaican roots, because everybody knows Jamaicans are authentic. Like, Jamaican girls are so authentic, so natural. You know, you're living on the islands, you're not doing makeup every day, you're coming outside as your natural self, natural hair, natural, you know. I've been watching a lot of Jamaican movies a lot lately, so I'm just falling in love with it, like, so much, because it's like they're so authentic, they're so natural, and it's like, ooh, I'm just feeling myself like I'm in love with myself. I think I'm gonna go to the pool. I've been waiting for the sun to go down. So yeah, I'm just chilling on the porch. This is what I spend a lot of my time, a lot of my free time doing. Chilling on the porch. Y'all know, like, the old ladies who sit out on the porch all day? I'm just like that. Like, but I only sit out here in the morning time and in the evening, because the sun don't be shining. You see the sun going down, that's why I'm out here. I'm not reading my book like I usually would be doing, because I just got done reading my book. I read my book. I've been reading for like an hour, so I'm tired of reading now. I could study. I'm probably about to start studying in a little second. I have to study twice a day, and I haven't even studied one time today. I have my test on Friday, y'all, and today is Sunday. It's Baddies night. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot it's Baddies night. Hey, Baddies about to come on, and I still have yet to stop smoking. I know, I'm gonna get it together. I have a project that is going to be due in September. It's for my database class. My database teacher wants us to pick 3 different topics or subjects or something that we can create a database chart thingy about. I really don't know for real, but that's the best I can explain it. And all I know is I was thinking my tarot cards. I'm about to talk to ChatGPT and see that if I can create a database based on my tarot cards or astrology. The 3 subjects I'm gonna choose: tarot, astrology, like zodiac signs, or maybe some YouTube data stuff, since I do YouTube. Out of those 3 things, I'm gonna base my project off of one of these subjects, whichever one I can make a database about. That was our homework assignment given to us Thursday. So I have class again tomorrow, which is Monday. So this homework assignment is due tomorrow. But I'm about to look on ChatGPT and see if it's possible if I can actually create a database based off of one of these 3 topics: my tarot cards, astrology, or YouTube. So y'all, I walked out of class today. Let me tell y'all what happened. I need glasses. I was having a hard time seeing the board, you know. And let me go ahead and take accountability, right? I could have asked the teacher, could he share his screen with me so I could see the board, but I didn't, y'all. I was trying to just see, like, I was trying to just thug it out. For some reason, I was just trying to do that instead of asking for help. I was just trying to thug it out, something I usually do. Even when I don't have to, I still tend to do that sometimes. So that's where I guess I kind of messed up at, right? Because I end up kind of falling behind in class because I was struggling to see the board, so it was a little harder for me to follow along. So I kept raising my hand and asking for help, for him to like repeat something or show me how to do something again, because, you know, whatever. Mind you, on the first day of class, he gave us this whole speech about how it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask him to repeat himself. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. He gave us this whole bullshit speech that I knew was bullshit, okay? Because I feel like you shouldn't have to explain that. Like, if that's true, then you should just, why do you have to give us like a, you know, you don't have to explain that. So I knew it was bullshit, but it don't matter because I'm gonna raise my hand. Like, if I'm confused, I'm gonna ask for help. Well, I'm gonna also try to do it on my own. Like, I'm really gonna try to do it on my own, but if I just can't get it, I'm gonna ask. I was asking him for help, and I heard in his tone of voice he was getting frustrated because I kept needing him to like repeat something or show me how to do something again. And he did this the last class too. It's not just this class. The same man who gave us a speech about how he won't get mad or frustrated and how he's so patient. Like, if you was really so patient, you wouldn't have to give us a speech about how patient you are. So I peep him getting frustrated, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna look in the book. Like, I'm just gonna work out the book and work on my own and go ahead. Like, I'm not finna keep following along with you because you are catching, like, I hear you huffing and puffing. Like, I can hear the little change in your tone of voice. Like, I hear it, so I know like what's going on. So okay, I'm gonna stop asking you questions and I'm gonna just work ahead on my own. Mind you, it's a boy sitting next to me, so I sit way at the end. So it's the wall, then it's me, then it's this boy, and then it's this girl. So girl, boy, girl, wall. He's going out of his own way to lean over and help me, and I'm not even asking him to help me. He did that like one time, and then he did it like the second time he did it, y'all. So I start working out of the book, so now I'm just working ahead. Like, I'm not even listening to the teacher no more or none of that. I'm just working ahead on my own. That's when the boy gonna lean over to try to help me, but because he thought I was on the wrong tab because I was confused. I was on the wrong tab because I was working ahead. So he thought that I was on the wrong tab, but really I was just ahead of them. So mind you, he took it upon himself to lean over and point at my computer screen trying to tell me which tab to go to. Now, me being me, I just let him do it. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna listen to I just be doing that. Like at this specific time, I didn't need his help. The first time he helped me, it was like, okay, I low-key needed that. I didn't ask you, but okay, thank you. The second time, I just switched to the tab he pointed at, and I just, I started following along with them, but I had already did it because I was working ahead. So I just started following along with them or whatever, right? So then the third time, y'all, he leans over and he tries to help me again, y'all. Mind you, this time his help was useful. It was useful, but it was just the fact that I didn't have no problem with him helping me. Honestly, I didn't have no problem. It was useful, thank you, like whatever, cool. But the teacher, he gonna say to him, let her do it on her own, let her figure it out by herself before you try to help her or whatever, right? Mind you, that comment low-key ticked me off because I was figuring it out on my own. He is watching my computer screen, so every time he see that I need help, he right there is Super Saver Ho. Okay, it's not my fault that he want to play Super Saver Ho with me. That comment rubbed me the wrong way, but I held my tongue. I was like, okay, he the teacher, I'm gonna let him have it. In previous vlogs, I was telling y'all how I feel behind the class because this lady kept asking for my help. So I kept like helping her, and then I kept falling behind because I was like missing the lesson because I kept helping her. So it's like I understood even though I wasn't asking for help. He was choosing to help me, okay? So the teacher had made that comment. I let it go. It was between 30 seconds and 2 minutes later. The boy raised his hand and was like, now he needed him to repeat something because he missed something, right? So the teacher gonna say, oh, it's because you keep helping her. And I said, no, it's not. And the teacher was like, yes, it is. And I said, no, it's not. And he said, yes, it is. And I said, no, it's not. Like, I didn't like that. Like, that triggered me because, for one, I held my tongue the first time you came for me. I held my tongue. I let you have it. But now you bringing me up again in something, you know what I'm saying? Like, he raised his hand and asked you for help. Why are you bringing me in the conversation? You should have just helped him and not brought me up. but you wanted to bring me up and try to use me as an example in front of the whole class or some bullshit. Like, I didn't like that. Like, stop playing with me. Like, so yeah, then he gonna say something about, oh, it's not smart. He said, it's not a good idea to argue with authority. And I said, we're not arguing, we're having a conversation. And he said, no, you're arguing with me. Mind y'all, the same tone of voice, the same way I'm talking to this camera right now, is the same way I was talking to him. I was not yelling, so in my book, I was not being disrespectful. I wasn't cursing. I wasn't doing none of that. And just because I'm being firm does not mean I'm being disrespectful. I didn't say all that, but yeah, what he said was, you're arguing with me. And I said, no, we're not arguing. We're having a conversation. Like, how are we arguing? He talking about something. You want me to write down the definition of arguing on the board for you? That's the reason why I already didn't like him as a teacher. Because, yeah, I told y'all my knuckles is Urshy. But because he's condescending. Like, when someone's being condescending, it's like they're trying to imply that they're superior to you. Like, they smarter than you, or more important than you, or a higher status than you. But instead of saying it outright, like being direct, they say it with their tone of voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the example right there. You want me to write down the definition of arguing for you? Like, sir, who the fuck you talking to? In my book, if you're not yelling and I'm not yelling, we're not arguing. Like, I don't have to curse and yell and do all that to be firm or to get my point across or none of that. Like, it's so much so to the point where he said, stop talking. And I stopped talking. You got it. I don't want no smoke. Like, I ain't trying to get put out the program, put out the class. You got it. Then he gonna say, I forgot I don't know what he said, but he was like, you understand? Like, when he got done saying whatever it was he said, you understand? I didn't say nothing. And I did not say nothing, y'all, because I was worked up. Like, now I'm finna be quiet, because if I keep talking, it's gonna get real in here. So I'm gonna stop talking. And you already told me to stop talking, and that's a good idea. That's why I listened to him, because I'm like, you know what, sir? That's a good idea. Let me stop talking. That's a good idea. All right, cool. You said stop talking. Zip. Quiet on the creek. You gotta be quiet. Quiet on the creek. Order in the classroom, order in the court, quiet on the creek. That's what I did, okay? You got it. You the teacher, you the judge, you the fisherman. Cool. So he said it again. He was like, something, you understand? And I was like, you told me to stop talking. And then I think he repeated it again, or he was threatening to put me out the class. I don't know. Like, once I get amped up, I really can't hear you for real. Like, my blood pressure is rising and pouring out of my ears at this point. I cannot hear you. Like, so he said, something, you understand? And I was like, I don't want to talk no more. And then after I said that, he stormed out the classroom. When he came back in the classroom, he basically tried to make the whole class feel like we had to stay in class longer because of me. Because our scheduled time is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Like, our teachers usually let us out of class about 12:31. So he was trying to tell the classroom that we had to stay to past 1 today because he went to the office to, I guess, tell them about me or what just happened, and his supervisor was coming to come sit in the class. So now we gotta, usually he'll ask us, do y'all want to take a lunch or do y'all want to just keep going and we can get out of here earlier? So the class would be like, no lunch. So he was basically trying to tell the class, like, we gotta have a lunch today because, yeah, my supervisor's coming in and see the class and all that. You know how people be trying to punish everybody because of one person? That's what it felt like he was trying to do. So after our whole little altercation, I did stay in class for like a whole nother hour, and I just kept working ahead. I put one of my headphones in, one of my little headphones. I put it in my ear, took out my Pop-Tart and my water, and I started working ahead in the book. We really don't need you to do it on the board for us when we got the directions right here and we could just do it on the computer. Like, I don't need you for nothing. I don't need you to write the definition of arguing on the board for me, nor do I need you to be my teacher, because I could really teach myself. You trying to make the class feel like they getting punished because of me? y'all can stay till whatever time he's trying to hold the class. Y'all can do that. Me, I'm finna bounce. Since he's trying to make it seem like I'm the problem anyway, let me remove myself then. I waited for the next bus to come, and once the bus was like 5 minutes away, I packed my stuff, shut my computer down, and I walked out of the class. While he was still teaching, I walked up out of there. I went to the bathroom, pee, and then I went outside. As soon as I got outside, the bus was pulling up, and I jumped right on the bus, started reading my book, and went home. And we'll try again Wednesday, because today's just not the day. Like, I'm not finna stay and listen to you talk. I'm not finna engage. I'm not finna listen to you. Then he keep trying to be slick. So yeah, y'all, that's what happened in class today. But I will give y'all an update, because I'm gonna go back to class on Wednesday. I have class Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So today's Monday. I don't have class tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be going to get my real ID from the DMV, something I was supposed to do a while ago, but I'm finally going to do it tomorrow. We're going to go back to school on Wednesday, and we're going to see. I'm going to let y'all know how that go, but y'all know that in the next vlog. We're out of here on this vlog. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening to me, my little TED Talk thing. I don't know, whatever. Make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for another video. Later, guys. Wish me luck with this motherfucking class, okay?